evening, everybody. Per our live stream remaining on. Externally, can you hear us, Councillor Winmar? Can you hear us, Councillor Winmar?
I can hear you. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. I would like, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all here, and before proceedings, I would like to acknowledge that we come here together tonight on the traditional land of the Noongar people, and we pay our respects to their elders past and present. I call upon Councillor Sue Kearney to read the dedication.
May we, the elected members of the City of Kwinana, have the wisdom to consider all matters before us with due consideration, integrity and respect for the Council Chamber. May the decisions made be in good faith and always in the best interest of the greater Kwinana community that we serve.
Thank you. We have no apologies and we have no members of the public, so therefore no public question time. There is nothing on items 6.1, 6.2 or 6.3. Item 7, 7.1 of the confirmation of the minutes of the ordinary meeting of council held on the 28th of June. Would somebody like to approve that? Moved Deputy Mayor, seconded Councillor S. Wood. Either councillors wish to speak on those minutes? If not, I shall put it to the vote. All in favour? Against?
In favour, Your Worship.
Carried. Thank you. Item 8, declarations of interest. Do any councillors or officers have a declaration of interest? Thank you. Are there any requests for leave of absence?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Can I have the 28th of August to the 17th of September? Monday the 28th to Sunday the 17th of September.
September. Thank you. Are there any other leave of absence?
Could I have leave from the 4th of August, approximately a week? So we'll just say the following week as well.
Okay, I don't have a calendar in front of me, but we shall. Is it 2 weeks?
No, not this week.
The
following
11th
Friday, the
4th to
8th,
the
and till the 15th.
4th to the 11th. That's
11th.
1 week.
That's okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Rouse.
Thank you, Worship. If I can request Tuesday the 26th of September to Friday the 29th of September.
Anybody else? Thank you. Would somebody like to move those leaves? Moved Deputy Mayor, seconded Councillor Brown, as you are taking a leave of absence. All in favour? Against?
In favour, Your Worship.
Thank you. There's nothing in item 10 or 11. Item 12, 12.1 is a behind closed door item, and so we'll deal with that item at 25. There's nothing on item 13, 14, 15, 16 or 17. Sorry, did I have to resolve for that to be... Oh, no, I didn't think so. Thank you. Item 18, 18.1 is the elected members' mandatory training report as at the 30th of June 2023. Very pleasing to see that all councillors completed their mandatory training, and one has actually done some additional professional development. Are there any questions on that report? Thank you. Do we have a mover? Thank you. I moved Councillor S. Wood, seconded Councillor D. Wood. Either councillors wish to speak on the item? Anyone wish to speak against? I shall put it to the vote. All in favour? Against? Carried.
In favour, Your Worship.
Thank you. 18, just keep butting in, please, Councillor Winmar. Make sure your vote gets recorded. 18.2, I should say interjecting. Disposal of property by way of a lease, part 1 of 2 Robbo's Way in Kwinana. Are there any questions on this item, noting there is a confidential attachment to the report? If not, there is a recommendation. Moved Councillor Rouse, second to Councillor Kearney. Councillor Rouse, wish to speak? Councillor Kearney? Anybody wish to speak against? I'll put it to the vote. All in favour? And Councillor Winmar?
In favour, Your Worship.
Against? So carried. Item 18.3 are our accounts for payment for month ending 30th of June. Are there any questions on any of those accounts? Thank you. We have a recommendation. Moved Councillor D. Wood, seconded Deputy Mayor. Councillor Wood, do you wish to speak on the item? Deputy Mayor? Anybody wish to speak against? I shall put it to the vote. All in favour? Against?
In favour, Your Worship.
Thank you. Carried. Item 18.4 are our council policy review for amend, revoke. Are there any questions on that item? Thank you. Councillor Brown.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just on the topic of the revoking the special residential and special rural zone fencing specifications policy, I've been just looking at the documents that would override that one. I just wanted to clarify that with the revoking of this policy, there's no change in the minimum specification of the fencing requirements for those areas, especially as it relates to maintaining the character of those areas.
Through you, Your Worship, I can confirm that there's no change. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
I had a question in relation the reward for information policy. It's been recommended to be revoked. I'd like to know, if possible, how many times has it actually been utilised, because it's been in place for quite some time.
Through you, Madam Mayor, it hasn't been utilised during the period.
And is that because we don't, in part, advertise it? It's not,
It's on the website, it's a policy.
but it's not basically promoted.
I think part of the problem is what's the requirements for it to be paid out, as it has to lead to a successful prosecution as well.
Thank you. Are there any more questions? If not, we have a recommendation. Moved Councillor Wood, seconded Councillor Kearney. Councillor Wood, do you wish to speak on the item?
No, thank you, Worship. It seems very logical.
Councillor Kearney? Anybody wish to speak against? I shall put it to the vote. All in favour? Against?
In favour, Your Worship.
Carried. Thank you. Item 18.5, the monthly financial report for May 2023. Are there any questions on this item? Thank you. We have a recommendation. Would somebody like to move that way? Moved Councillor Rouse, seconded Councillor D. Wood. Councillor Rouse, do you wish to speak? Councillor Wood. Thank you. Anybody wish to speak against? I shall put it to the vote. All in favour? Against?
In favour, Your Worship.
Thank you. Carried. Just on that though, it wasn't a question. I did ask the CEO. There's a legend. It's called. Hang on. What's the name of the? I'll get the correct term. The level of completion indicators. You'll note that on the left-hand page, there's a graph or indicators. They're either blue, grey or red. The actual meaning of those legends aren't really clear until the end of the notes of the statement of financial activity. So I just asked if they could be put towards the beginning of the report, so you've got them in mind as you're reading through the indicators. There is nothing on item 19, 20, 21. Reports of elected members. Deputy Mayor.
Just briefly, Your Worship, I'll buff the meeting out a bit if you like. I don't have that much to say. I attended the citizenship ceremony along with a number of councillors. I also attended the 7-day makeover debrief, and I'm sure Councillor Rouse may have a pre-prepared statement to talk about that. I also attended the monthly meeting of the senior citizens. Unfortunately, the new president, Jill Sheridan, has resigned due to some personal issues, and Mrs. Karen Zabila is now the president of the senior citizens, Your Worship. That is all. Thank you.
I understand, though, that Ms Sheridan has taken the position of Vice President, and I'm not sure that it's a permanent position for Mrs Zabila as President, but we shall see.
Things seem to happen after I leave the meeting, Your Worship. Sorry.
Maybe you should stay a bit longer.
They declared the meeting closed and I left.
Thank you, Councillor D. Wood. Thank you, Councillor Rouse.
Thank you, Worship. No information from the 7-day makeover except that we've broken off into little groups to form some new projects that will be taking place over the next couple of months. So watch this space. And nothing else to report except I would like to thank Councillor Brown and the Deputy Mayor for their attendance last night in the Strand in Wellard for our carols sing-along from the Wellard village people, and most appreciated your attendance and your singing voices and dancing, so thank you very much.
And I must say, look, really, really good. So well done. Councillor Brown.
Thank you, Your Worship. I also joined our fellow elected members at the most recent citizenship ceremony in Medina Hall, so welcoming our newest Australian citizens there. I also attended the 7-day makeover debrief in Wellard Village, and as you just heard, I also joined in these Christmas in July Christmas carols in the Strand, which where, as Councillor Rouse mentioned, we heard some very impressive carolling voices, not so much from myself, but it was a great night overall. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Wood.
I've performed all those duties required of me, attended several meetings along with the other councillors. I attended the citizenship ceremony, which was always a happy occasion. I also went to the NAIDOC Family Day event at Apex Park, which was a very nice event. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't very nice, but the event was.
Thank you. Councillor Kearney.
No, I have nothing to report.
Thank you. There are no answers to questions which were taken on notice. Mayoral announcements as tabled, and I won't go through what everyone else has, but over the past 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I was invited to attend the Rotary Club of Kwinana's annual changeover event and just congratulate the 2023-24 incoming President Bob Cooper and his team. Look like there's some great community projects will be rolled out during Mr Cooper's presidency. I've met with the CEO, with Reece Whitby MLA and Premier Roger Cook, part of our briefings. We're just giving a bit of an update on what's happening around the town, talking about the off-road vehicle area and the mountain bike loop trail, among other matters. And as part of the rotational chair for the Perth South West Metropolitan Alliance, myself and its director Warwick Carter have had several meetings, and the last one was actually with the CEO as well, just really talking about AUKUS, the role of local government, what role, if any, do we need to play. There needs to be some clear directions as a steering group, and in particular the housing seems to be something that keeps coming out. It's all right having this build-up, but we already have a housing crisis. How is the government going to deal with that, and what is our role in creating community for the many families, Navy personnel and the families who will eventually be coming not just to Kwinana but Rockingham and Mandurah and throughout the community. I think that upwards eventually around 3,000 people, personnel, and their families and their animals and their, so there needs to be a coordinated approach. We're a very welcoming community, and we'll do everything that we can to assist in that regard, but we're just looking for a bit of direction on that. And in fact, as you probably know, the CEO, myself and the director of the Perth South West Metropolitan Alliance are going to Canberra for 2 days next week to discuss basically similar to what we have with the politicians and flying the flag for the region. There is one more matter to be dealt with behind closed doors. So it is a staff matter. So we ask all personnel other than Mrs. Wiltshire to vacate. Councillor Winmar, I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Worship.
Would you
Yes, Your
like
Worship.
to report? Did you have a report to present?
No, I just performed all those tasks and duties as part of my role, and there's nothing else to report, Your Worship. Thank you.
Thank you, and I hope you're feeling a bit better soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Therefore, I shall ask to go behind closed doors. Moved Deputy Mayor, seconded Councillor Rouse. All in favour? Against?
In
Carried.
favour, Your Worship.
Thank you. And I think Lindsay Barker is fine to remain as well. Thank you. Just in relation to 12.1, the Executive Appraisal Committee have endorsed all the officers' recommendation in relation to that item. As there are no further matters to be dealt with, I thank you very much for attendance and I declare the meeting closed at 5:59. Thank you.
Thank you, Worship. Thank you, councillors.
Thank you, Councillor
evening.
Rimmer.